the first ever live taping of Keeping It 100 with Konnan, Lucha Libre legend, trendsetter, trailblazer, icon, and mastermind in the house. He doesn't come alone, though. He rolls deep with his frenemy, the Disco Inferno. Boo. Some say a certified big arena performer, a legend of WCW Nitro, and a man who's never at a loss for words. Just ask him, he'll tell you. And now, how about we turn this Keeping It 100 live taping for the Jericho Network on Podcast One. We take it to the next level and introduce some of Konnan and Disco's OG homies to the stage. Give it up first for Kevin Nash. They're holding out for music. I'll do it.
Wah 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 wah. You, Wildcat Willie, Doug Dillinger,
Kevin Sullivan for life.
I'm sorry, what's that last one?
Give it up, please welcome. You might know him as X-Pac. He was born Sean Waltman. To his friends, he's the kid. Give it up for X-Pac. Not to mention the bad guy, the iconic Scott Hall, a.k.a. Razor Ramon.
I got to tell a quick story. I was just telling Kevin that last night some girl, I don't know where she came from, and she just came and sat in our party, which was like 5 of us trying to kick it. And she was like the thing that wouldn't leave, plus obnoxious, plus rude, plus ugly. Sorry about the last one, but it was true. And some chicks were taking like a photo shoot, and she kept burying them. Like, I can't believe you think that's sexy. I was like, have you taken a look at yourself? I mean, it was...
Wait, make sure she's not here.
This guy was... Bro, Scott was so rude.
No, he was great.
Yeah.
It was perfect. Because nobody would say anything.
The X-Pac goes, quit being such a D. Remember?
No. What happened was I wasn't going to be a dick. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, we're not keeping it 100 done?
Yeah.
We're keeping it 99.
I'd like to start by saying, hey, yo. Welcome to, Stockton Con. It's sweet to be here with my buddies. I don't know why we're getting off on some negative tangent.
It's fun.
Okay, well, anyway, Scott, basically, what he said...
Okay, so then what happened?
Scott just said...
No, what happened?
She ended up leaving.
Yeah, but... Scott said, hey... Whatever you're doing here at the con, go do it with someone else.
No, but this is after she crashed our party.
Great.
I'm sitting with my buds who I've known for years, and this lady who I don't know, and she's really boisterous and loud. Back when I was drinking, I probably wouldn't have cared. Now I don't drink so much, so now it's like, leave me alone.
Awful.
But I put up with her for about 45 minutes, and she wouldn't identify who she was or who she was with. Because I'm thinking, are you like a big shot? Am I supposed to be being nice to you? Or like you just, what's your purpose here? And finally it was like, hey, whatever you do here at the con, go do it somewhere else. I don't know. I don't think that was rude. It was effective.
It was great.
If you introduce yourself for the first time to Kevin Nash or Scott Hall, and you make a good impression right off the bat, you might have a friend. Because they're like they were like.
Yeah.
Why do you keep omitting X-Pac?
Well, I just didn't really know it because I'm talking about when I met Kevin and Scott, because it was Kevin and Scott first before X-Pac came in. That's what I'm saying. So it was like when you guys came in as the outsiders. That was like,
I used to use you, bro. When I would go to the ring in singles matches, I would throw. You weren't NWO yet, but you would rock an outsider shirt, and you'd walk to the ring with me.
Yeah, right.
And I would do stuff with you on the floor just because I like having young guys there. Or else we'd do stuff with Pac.
Yeah.
We always did that. I like the whole Wolfpack mentality because to me I was a big Freebird mark. And I like Freebird rules as you don't know which 2 of the 3 are going to fight and they're all going to get involved. I like that kind of stuff.
It used to drive Terry Taylor insane because he'd be like, well, if you go down,
it takes away the suspense.
They're going to know you're going to do something.
You're going to do something. Like, exactly. But what's the difference?
They don't know when, though.
Instead, it's a lot more suspenseful if you play my music and I run down.
Right.
Well, that's kind of the way the business works. Is the guys who know help the guys who don't know, and if you find young guys who have a clue, you kind of smarten them up. You know.
Yeah.
So
you always,
if you take somebody to get them ready for main event stuff, they got to be around it. So being on the floor right next to it's the next best thing, especially if they get to feed for a spot during the heat, and the people go ooh, and they get to hear that ooh, and they start hearing the people. And then when they're there, when they feed up later on the apron for the bang on the comeback, and they whirly twirl around, and the people go yeah. That's when you learn that feeling. But once you start learning how to hear the people, that's when you start becoming like transcended into big star stuff. Yeah. It's going to happen later tonight in Brooklyn. Here's my picks for SummerSlam. I got Finn over Reigns.
Rollins.
Club involved. I got Club involved. Just throwing it out there. I don't think you beat the Demon. I don't see how you beat Reigns. Rollins either. And I got Orton over Brock. I mean, you can't beat Orton. You're gonna beat Orton.
Wow, that's a bold pick right there.
What about Reigns and Rusev? What about it? It's kind of hard for me to pick that.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Seriously.
Really? I think 100% keep Roman strong.
Yeah?
I think he's going to go over. This is maybe a rebuild, if you will.
I think I like Rusev, but he works strong. Like, he doesn't really. I'm used to kind of heels that make the babyface look good, who bump around and old school and make guys, Who
would be your champion if in WWE?
Who is it now? Dean Ambrose?
Yeah. And then there's another name.
I put it on Ziggler.
Yeah,
I turned Ziggler heel and I put it on.
I'll go Ziggler, and I'll put Demon over. Me personally, I wouldn't have debuted Demon on Raw, but I also understand from a marketing thing. You've only seen Demon on the network. So Vince, they're thinking, hey, let's show it to him on Raw because more people see Raw than have the network. So I get it. People go, no, you're killing it. No, we're exposing it to a lot broader market. Everybody's going to be okay. It's still going to be cool tonight.
He's getting 5% of that.
At
this point, I'm sure that's probably true.
It's still a lot, It's still more than he was getting, working in Japan.
Did you see it? Did you
have as a champion?
I'm a Rollins fan.
Rollins?
Yeah, I am. And I think he's only.
I think it's going to be a great legendary match, but I'm thinking I don't see.
No, I agree with you. Though.
I wouldn't debut the Demon and then beat him. So
no, I think
I would put him over, and I would almost think I would have the club do a job for New Day.
I don't know if they're going to
come out later if you want to keep him alive and do something with him. If you want to involve him with him and turn Balor heel, Demon heel, whatever, and because he's a good heel. You might as well get that heel run. Then he might work with Cena, whatever, Orton. Keep all that open, right? Because he can always be a bayface.
I thought they let those guys do too much. I thought they touched too much. Yeah, they're not a little bit. But, they're going to have a hell of a match.
This bitter old time.
Hey, Scott. You talked about it not being a good idea to debut the Demon and then beat the Demon.
I just said, hey, I understand completely why they did it because, for the reasons that I said. Because you're going to reach a broader market. Hey, let people on USA see it because not everybody has a network.
Sure, but as far as debuting them and then beating them tonight at SummerSlam, you don't see it happening. You see him.
Bro, as a fan, can I make a prediction, man? Why are you making it so hostile?
No. I just had I was just trying to reestablish.
I came here all with love, we had this problem last night. You tried to turn me heel last night.
No, I agree with you, brother. I was simply trying to establish the premise. You thought and I agree with you that debuting the Demon tonight and having him lose
He doesn't like me at all, does he?
Hey, did you-
At home, does he bury me? That's his wife right there, KG's wife. Does she bury me at all? Does he bury me? I thought it was cool at Mania when Snoop came down rapping to introduce Sasha, right? But oh no, she's not going over. Who saw that coming, right? Everybody's thinking, okay, and she goes over, right? Just when you think you know the finish. How about when we came out, when it was Triple H Sting, they sent DX. Everybody went, oh wow! Then hit that porn music. Wow, wow, wow. Cue the movie stars. Out we came with Hulkster, and but who thought Sting's going to do that? And I'm like, here's the bat, buddy. Boom. He breaks the thing. I don't know.
That was a moment. Man.
Who saw Sting doing a job there? Anybody? Anybody have that?
I saw his hair do a job.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've got 20/20 vision. My bad. I love him to death, but I don't know, man. If it's my first Mania, maybe I do a little.
I dare you to. Yeah, I dare you to
I'd spray tan.
You had about a year to notice. I dare you to work out a little bit.
But then again, he didn't speak for a year and a half, and he said, "Mamacitas."
You could do the Jack Lanza and spray tan the top of your head, like.
Sean, who's your favorite? You talked about NXT. Do you have a favorite standout performer in NXT at the moment? Someone who's just the person, male or female?
Nakamura. Yeah.
Nakamura.
Yeah.
How about you, Kev? Do you ever get to check out NXT?
Yeah, I watch it. Actually, for a while there, they were sending me the DVDs. If I had to pick somebody that I really enjoy watching, I'm like, even though he's been around for a long time, it's just they kind of rebooted Joe.
Yeah, Joe's great.
I think Joe's great.
Amazing.
And I mean, to me, it's just like the money match in that business right now is build Joe to go against Lesnar.
Yeah, Joe Brock. Yeah, Joe Brock.
Because Joe can work at the mixed martial arts. He can work the submissions. You can throw that. If you're going to suplex him 30 times, you're going to pick up a man.
Right.
You ain't going to pick up Ambrose. You're going to be picking up Joe, and you ain't going to hurt him.
100%.
And if the shit got live, it could get live.
Right. Yeah. Very, very few people can pose a credible threat to Brock Lesnar, but Samoa Joe is one.
It's very hard for me to look at Randy Orton after Brock sits over the top of that big Samoan and hammer punches him. It's just, I can take disbelief to a certain degree, but a guy that's had 23 shoulders operations in the last 5 years.
Bro, were you as humored by the fact that they were airing the SummerSlam commercial on UFC?
Yeah.
Like, okay, hey, watch, we got Brock Lesnar and I fight a big giant Samoan in a slobber knocker. You can watch a fight Randy Orton later in the month too. I don't know. It's hysterical.
Let me ask something. Let me ask everybody something. Do you care? Okay, allegedly Brock failed the drug test twice for UFC, right?
It was only one test, but there was two samples.
Okay, so does anybody care?
Man, it's not even.
Does anybody here care? Like, does it matter to you now that he's going to wrestle? He's going to be as part of SummerSlam. I mean, I think it's going to be kind of cool, right?
He did. From when he had the drug test to now is 30 days. So he's done his 30 days. He's done his 30-day suspension just because he doesn't work. And he isn't ever on TV, but he still did his 30 days. When we were involved in WrestleMania, we were not subject to anything. You know, it was just we were just there.
Brother, I want to add brother in there.
Anyone got a question for the panel? No questions for the panel? Well, okay. Well, hold on. So the question is, what was it like being introduced into the Hall of Fame? And then everyone else, I'll try to come to you or line up over there, please.
Yeah, I'll go last on this one.
I mean, of course, it's special. I mean, and the fact that I think the reason that I made it in the business was that Shawn Michaels was watching WCW and he said, "Hey man, I want Vinny Vegas to be my bodyguard." So I got on his coattails, sat for a year ringside, watched him work every night with Scott Hall, and like he was saying earlier, you're not going to learn more besides being in the ring with somebody great, watching two guys go out every night and then get into the car, drive 280 miles, and listen to them make adjustments to what worked and what didn't work, and also going to Philadelphia, or going to go into having a match in Philadelphia, and the next night being in Long Island, knowing that when you're the babyface in Long Island, in Nassau Coliseum, you're the heel. And basically, the only time I've ever seen anybody get with anybody that was a babyface in Long Island was when Scott got hard weight on the steps. Do you remember that?
Oh, Long Island was brutal.
Remember that? Oh, right. You don't remember that?
I have no idea. I barely remember what I had for breakfast there. So.
I remember it. But I'm just saying, though, that, to have him put me in, and he said, the click thing is, that's as real as it gets. And I personally putting Scott in the year before, like me being able to put Scott in was a better moment than my moment. To watch Scott go in. So, but I mean, I loved it. But it's
shucks, kid.
I just like the fact that if you look at the WrestleMania program for the Hall of Fame, it's Diesel. And then they made these T-shirts. I have they sent the box. On the back of it, it says Diesel, and this is from Detroit, Michigan. 6-time world champion. Diesel was a 1-time world champion. They took Kevin Nash's shit and just lumped it. And I said, I've been wrestling as Kevin Nash for 23 years. I wrestled as Diesel for 3. Like, how am I going in as Diesel? So they said, oh, you're just trying to make a power play because you own Kevin Nash. I said, well, if you want Diesel to go in, why don't you have Glenn Jacobs go in? I said, he was Diesel. I said, if you want to put Diesel in that bad, put his ass in. I said, I ain't going in as Diesel. And I mean, my Hall of Fame ring says Diesel engraved on the inside.